would you run a Venom crawler?
In this series, I'm going to teach you how to use each Chaos Space Marine unit more effectively.
So, Venom crawlers, they've not been very popular throughout the edition. I think this is a really cool model. I myself haven't really used them this edition. I used them in a very unsuccessful tournament not so long ago, but the Venom crawler performed quite well. But now with the new detachments, is it actually viable to use? So I ran it in the Renegade Warband detachment, where for the price of potentially being battle shocked, he gets access to advance, shoot, and charge. Well, advance and charge, but you've got assault on the gun as well, which makes it a lot better. So I would tend to use this. It's 110 points. I tend to use it as like an early trading piece, or to take hold of an objective early in the game. 'Cause it's pretty fast moving. But for 110 points, you could probably do the same thing with bikes, or used to be able to do the same thing for 90 points with raptors. We'll have a quick look at its stats, and then we can see what we can have a little think what we can do with it. So, movement 12, same as bikes, same as raptors. Toughness 9, so fairly tough for 110 points. 3 up, 5 up in run. 9 wound, which is okay. Leadership 6, and then OC3. OC3 is okay. It's got 2 of these excruciating cannons, which are pretty decent. 36-inch range, 6 attack, so 12 in total. Healing on 3s, strength 6, so wounding guards and things like that. Chaffy units on 2s, -1 AP, which isn't great, but then 2 damage. So even against Marines, it can do alright. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 4 up save, and then 2 damage. So with 12 shots there, you're looking at killing a couple. And then potentially with the advance and charge, you can get into combat where you've got its tendrils and claws, only 6 attacks here, but exactly the same profile. So again, looking at taking out 5 intercessors maybe, or anything lighter fairly easily. Might struggle with maybe 10-man units, but it's going to do enough to maybe out OC that unit potentially, depending what they are. So its ability is okay. So at the end of the fight phase, if 1 or more attacks made by this model, this phase destroyed 1 or more enemy units until the end of the battle, add 1 attack characteristics of this model's weapon. Add 1 to the attacks characteristics, of this model's weapon. So for example, you'd be getting 7 on these attacks, so it's ranged and combat. So 7 attacks there, that's okay. But then you go from 12 to 14, which is pretty good. If you manage to do that twice, and you've got 16 shots, a lot of shots, but probably not going to happen because you're probably gonna die early on. So it's got a fairly big base, which is decent because you can actually screen out. You can move up early on and screen. It can, like I say, tag onto an objective and try and steal it early on in the game, which is fairly tough. You can't just put nothing into it. You have to put a decent amount of firepower into it to get rid of it, as it's basically T9, 9 wounds. But it's not really going to do anything against anything tougher than chaffy type units. So yeah, the games I use it, I'd run up the one side, battle for an objective, and then when something decent comes out to kill it, then I'd try and counter charge into that with another unit and try and take out with one of my more powerful units, or even set up some shooting with one of my vindicators. Why have I dropped the Venom crawler from my list? Just because, like I said, you could probably do the same job with raptors. Raptors are 110 points, you get 5 models. They probably hit harder with 3 power fist equivalents. And obviously the infantry, so can go through walls, etc. Don't give away, bring it down. But then even better is probably just bikes. Bikes have got 9 wounds, similar to this. Obviously only toughness 5, so lower toughness. But there's 3 models rather than 1. This could get taken out with, I don't know, 1 big shot maybe from 1 big gun. Not quite a last cannon, so anything up from a last cannon could take it out in 1 shot. But yeah, bikes 40 points cheaper. So, for the price of 2 Venom crawlers, 2 units of bikes, saving yourself 80 points. That's another unit. Maybe some spawn or something. I know you're probably not going to have 2 of these anyway, and probably don't really need 2 lots of bikes either. But yeah, Venom Crawler. So let me know in the comments what you think of the Venom Crawler. I know it's a cool model, so we're all going to say it's a cool model, I guess. I don't know. Do you think it's a cool model? I don't know. But I think it's cool anyway. So, anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments how you use your Venom Crawlers, if you found success with them, because I really want it to be good, but it's just not good enough for me to use my Chaos Space Marines at the moment. Hopefully in the next edition, it might get a little bit of an improvement, and then we can start running them again. So let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comments.